Hey, what's up everybody and welcome back to another episode on my show. Sorry I left you guys hanging there for a bit, but I didn't realize the tape cut off on me. Anyways, if you missed part one, go back and watch it because if you part two wouldn't make much sense to me. Watch part two ahead of part one. Anyway, I'm telling my story about how, my brain was, how, basically, I'm telling my story about how I became a believer again. I say again because for a while there I wasn't a Christian. We left off with me saying I probably shouldn't have been researching the stuff that I was. If I had stopped in the beginning, I probably wouldn't have taken it as far as I did. But you know, me, I'm like a dog with a bone. I can't put it down until I come to one conclusion, whether that's in my own head or something that's something that was concrete. I took it as far as researching the case for Christ. If you don't know that movie, look it up online. It's the story about Lee Strobel. He was an atheism. He was an atheist and a newspaper reporter, and he was going to do a paper on disputing the fact that Jesus died. And ultimately, he did the same thing I was doing, compared Bible verses until he was satisfied that there really was a God. Now, that's where the reason I study is a little different. I knew there was a God, however, I began to ask the question, if there was a God, why would he let bad things happen to people like me? Not saying that having a disability is a bad thing. No, but uh, at that point in time, I was leaning towards not becoming a believer. In fact, I can remember telling my folks, and they were hard, uh, shocked that I would list myself as not a believer anymore. And looking back, I can see myself still sitting in my room, um, with my phone in hand because I was in the midst of making a phone call. But when my folks had the courage to um um the courage to actually sit down with me and process what I had seen. Um, I I think I was more wondering what they were thinking about me. I mean, come on. Yeah, I was um sitting in my room admitting to my folks this hard news, and I wanna stop and thank them for sticking out and sticking it out and just letting me work through this um, obstacle or this challenge, I guess it would be. Um, because uh, without them being patient with me, I wouldn't have been able to clear my head and focus on the task at hand, which was coming back to Christ. And finding out what I truly did believe, which now looking back, it's the fact that there is truly one God, and no matter how many versions of the Bible there are, it doesn't really matter. Uh, the point is the following, that there is ultimately one God, and you have to come to that own conclusion for yourself. Now, um, I suppose you all have one person. Was she recording the whole time? Yes, I was recording, but I must say that during this point of my life, I didn't talk as much about God as I used to and do now. Um, so if I could give you guys any po- pointers, it's that you shouldn't believe everything that you hear, especially when it comes to the Bible. And even if you make your own conclusions, because instead of jumping, instead of making my own conclusions, I went down the rabbit hole and found so many more, if not the same, in descriptive as stated. Now, could I do this again? No. Would I do this again? If I found um um thing that was worth disputing. I might dispute it on this channel, but um until then, no, probably not. And if I do this again, I wouldn't jump in with both feet. I would probably research what I was going through, what I'm going to talk about before I made a video about it. Uh, the only reason why I didn't do that with this video is because I didn't have to research it, mainly because I lived through the challenges. And, you know, what they think, the challenges of life are the best experiences to teach you a lesson. And I 100% agree in this case. Anyway, I gotta go and get ready for my massage. I wanna say thank you so much for joining me on these two episodes. Um, and let me know if you have had any similar experiences. If you did, then I would love to hear about it in the comment box below. Um, but until then, I gotta go, and um, I'll see you in the next episode. And as always, no matter what happens in life, no matter what challenges you face, it's important to always remember to keep on smiling. Bye.